Michael B. Jordan has expressed interest in continuing the Creed franchise and making Creed 4. Here's everything we know so far. With the film still in the planning stages, there are a few things everyone should know about Creed 4, the next installment in the Creed series.
Narrowing out of the corner. Huge right hook. Drago trying to end it. Oh, and Creed throws a big right hand at Phil.
The Creed Trilogy is a celebrated spin-off of the legendary, if erratic, Rocky franchise. Creed 2015 earned Sylvester Stallone an Academy Award nomination and the series' creator a Golden Globe for Best Actor. Creed 2 was not as much of an awards darling as Creed 1, but it still received an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, with Creed 3 receiving a higher score. Not just critically successful, the Creed films are all major blockbuster tentpoles as well. The Creed films are set years after the events of Rocky and revolve around Apollo Creed's son Adonis "Donnie" Creed. Rocky trains Donnie in the same manner in which he was trained and assists him in reaching the pinnacle of the boxing world. The rest of the trilogy follows many of the Rocky films' beats, while adding original elements and personal themes that make these films their own. Creed is the type of film franchise that can last a long time, especially if Donnie can fight and Jordan remains interested, with Creed 4 being the next installment. With the release of Creed 3 in March 2023, there is natural speculation about what comes next.
Body!
To the body, trading shots.
Pawing with his jab, Creed looks to land one big shot.
For three big Hollywood names: Jordan, Jonathan Majors, who plays Creed 3 antagonist, Damian "Dame" Anderson, and Creed director and Creed 3 producer Ryan Coogler. Jordan has stated that he wants Creed 4 to happen, and as the star and director of the most recent installment, his interest in pursuing the project is the most certain sign that a new film in the boxing franchise will be made. Jordan did not provide any specifics, only stating his desire to expand the Creed universe. Creed 4 has not been confirmed. Despite Jordan's public declaration of interest in Creed 4, no studio announcements have been made. This could be because they are awaiting the resolution of a number of behind-the-scenes issues. According to The Things, Stallone argued with the studio about ownership and the direction of the franchise, and the dispute has yet to be resolved. However, because Stallone isn't in Creed 3, a fourth film could still be developed, even without the input of the man who started it all.
They're still swinging, Max.
Creed continuing to connect, and this is becoming hard to watch, Jim. I don't think Drago has...
Jordan had confirmed a sequel to Creed 3 at the time of making this video. At IGN FanFest, Michael B. Jordan was approached by IGN and confirmed that Creed 4 is for sure. "I just want to expand the Creed-verse within reason," he says, "but definitely expect other things around Creed." Whether this means Adonis himself will be back in the saddle and fighting again is another matter. However, it's great news for fans to know this isn't the end of the Creed-verse, and we'll be getting more movies later on down the line. There has been no word on when Creed 4 will be released. The interval between previous installments may provide some insight into when audiences can expect the next installment. Creed 2 came out 3 years after Creed, and Creed 3 came out 5 years after Creed 2. Creed 3 was delayed several times due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so it's not surprising that it took so long to complete. However, because the film industry has more stringent safety measures in place, the fourth film will most likely be released 3 years later, depending on the cast's interest. Given the lack of concrete information, it's safe to assume that the film won't be ready until at least 2025. Given that no script has been written, no casting has been completed, and no production design has been completed, it will be some time before we see Michael B. Jordan and the gang back in the room. That's all we know for the time being, but if we learn of a sequel, we'll update this page accordingly. Jordan should return as Donnie in one of his best films in any Creed film, and Tessa Thompson should also appear as Bianca Taylor. Wood Harris, who has played Tony Little Duke Evers in all 3 Creed films, would almost certainly return for a fourth. At the end of Creed 3, Dame and Donnie become friends, so Jonathan Majors could also return. However, the casting for Creed 4 is still up in the air. Most likely, Donnie, or whoever is in charge of the film, will face a new boxer. The Rocky franchise's main villains have already had their counterparts appear in the series. Donnie takes the place of Apollo, Victor Drago takes the place of his father Ivan, and Dame takes the place of Clubber Lang with his brutal fighting style. If Creed 4 keeps referencing antagonists from the Rocky franchise, the only one left is Tommy Gunn from Rocky V, a spry, cool fighter with little regard for others. Donnie's opponents have all been grave and formidable, so a younger, more hip upstart may be just the type of character Donnie needs to face next. There have been no plot details released for Creed 4, but Jordan's response about expanding the Creed universe could indicate that the franchise's focus is shifting away from Donnie. With Creed running a boxing academy, a variety of stories could spin off from the fighters at the gym. In the expanded Creed universe, each of the fighters could be featured in a new film, or the next film could be about the entire gym and depict what Donnie needs to do to train all of the young talents. When Jordan uses the term Creedverse, he may simply be speaking in Hollywood jargon, as every blockbuster is now expected to have a universe attached to it. Creed 4 could simply follow the events of the Donnie story. There will no doubt be new challenges and obstacles for the character to overcome, and the franchise's formula will not be broken. Creed 4 may not require any changes, and the next Rocky franchise film may be a standard but well-made boxing film. There are very few possibilities for Creed 4's direction. We've already seen that Dame isn't done in the ring, so he could get another shot at the championship. Then there's Felix Chavez, who could join a rival gym and abandon Adonis, turning his back on him and forcing the champ to fight. Or maybe it could even be Drago again? Given the film's direction, it's more likely that the focus will shift from Adonis to his daughter Amara. We saw her growing interest in boxing throughout Creed 3. Furthermore, her little pretend fight at the end could be a foreshadowing of things to come. In any case, when Creed 4 is released in the future, expect plenty of knockout blows. For those who have forgotten, there was a final scene that hinted at what might happen next in the franchise. Donnie joins Bianca and his 9-year-old daughter, Amara, in the ring after defeating Dame in Dodger Stadium. Donnie pretends to box with his daughter in the final scene. This scene could be a hint that Creed 4 and the subsequent Creed films will focus on Amara and Donnie's relationship, being a father and a trainer at the same time. Well, that's it. For now, we bring an end to this video, but we will come back with some new and interesting videos in the future.
It's your time.
Till then, make sure that you like our video, and do share your views and opinions with us in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest news and reviews on all your favorite TV shows and movies, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.